Welcome back to High Hope Sportscast. This is our season 1 wrap-up show. Can you believe that we are done with season 1, JJ?
Hey, DJ, we're back. We're going to wrap it up. Wrap it up. I'm looking forward to reminiscing with you and thanking the people that made this happen, and looking forward to moving on to season 2 next week. We got a ton of information ready for you guys, so I'll throw it back to you, DJ.
Yeah, that's definitely an understatement with free agency starting. It's going to be hard to, obviously we can't cover everything. We have a day-long episode, but so it's definitely been an interesting first season, to say the least. Definitely a lot of bumps in the road, especially early on, as we are brand new to this. We had never done this before, so we were kind of diving into uncharted waters, and it's something that I've always wanted to do, and we were still learning. I mean, we're still learning to this day. You can never learn enough, especially about this, technology and everything like that. And it's definitely, I've learned a lot, and what I can and can't do, and just figuring out certain little things to improve the show and everything like that. So, I'll just talk about before all this was put together, and leading up to the start of the show. I always wanted to start a podcast, and for about a year, and I just had the equipment and the base, or the knowledge, and just one day I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna work with what I got and just do it. There's a podcast that I listened to, and he gave some insight on starting a podcast. He says, the majority of people that want to start a podcast don't, just because a lot of people just talk about wanting to, and I didn't want to be one of those people. And so I just said, I'm gonna do this. I don't care what it takes. I don't care, if I knew there's going to be bumps in the road, and there definitely was.
Yeah, to say the least.
I knew I had to start a podcast, NFL in particular, and that's what we are. Because that's what I'm most interested in is sports. If I didn't have sports in my life, I would go absolutely insane. And I think I speak for JJ on that too.
Absolutely.
So yeah, like I said, a long time coming. It took many months to think of a name for the show, and I went through probably, I don't know, trying to think of what the list looked like. Every time I had an idea, I would jot it down on my phone, and it was probably at least 20 possible names. And when I would think I found the one, I kind of liked it, then I try to look it up and see if someone else has that name. And yep, okay, well, that one's out. I don't want to, have the same name as someone else's show. So, I finally landed on this High Hope Sportscast, and I was gonna wait until someone asked me or asked us why High Hope Sportscast? Why did we name it that? Well, as you can see, our colors are purple and yellow, and we are from Minnesota, so we are Vikings fans. And if you know the Minnesota Vikings, you know that we get let down all the time. And so every year we have high hopes. So therefore, that's how I came up with High Hopes Sportscast. And I don't know, I just thought it clicked, and then I decided to set on that, and then I went to well, first of all, before I get to this next thing, it was actually supposed to be one of me and one of my other buddies to do this show, but it didn't work out. So I didn't know what to do. I didn't know how well it would go doing it by myself. I won't have anyone to talk to during the show or anything. So I was like, oh, hey, I wonder about JJ. He knows about football. So I reached out to JJ, and he, I asked him if he wanted to. Well, first I asked him to come on as a guest, and he was absolutely thrilled. And then I think, I don't know, maybe was it a couple days later, I think, JJ?
Yeah.
But if not the next day, I reached out to him again and asked him if he wanted to actually be my full-time co-host. And I wish I could have seen his face. To be honest, he was absolutely ecstatic. He thought that he had just won the lottery. That's how I read his text messages. So, he obviously he was so excited. You can tell that, by the show. He's just so locked in and interested and just so excited to do the show every week. So you've done an amazing job, dude.
Well, thanks, DJ. And I think I remember the exact statement or text I give you. I was like, are you telling me that you want me to be your co-host? And I was like, oh my God, yes. This is just an opportunity, and I'm going to run with this and work my hardest to have success. Dude, I just love High Hope Sportscast, the way you came up with it. I knew kind of what your background was about the Vikings, but I didn't know you put that much thought and effort into it. It just goes to show you how creative and authentic this whole show is.
Yeah. And I mean, it has to do with the Vikings. But that's one thing I didn't really want to do is make a just Vikings show. I wanted it to cover the whole NFL. And sometimes I think that that's hard for us. It's definitely a challenge covering the whole NFL because there's so much content and so much news, and especially right now with off season and all these signings of all 32 teams. It's just unbelievable. It's actually kind of stressing me out for next season or next week, but I kind of wanted to, you know, get a show where it covers the whole league, so it would hopefully bring in more people than just Vikings fans. So I was kind of thinking of, our audience being bigger, with fans from all teams. So not just the Vikings. Even though as a podcaster, I've met some people on Facebook groups and stuff. I mean, I listen to a show or watch a show um, that is kind of basically all just Denver Broncos. I just I guess I just do that just because I'm not a Broncos fan, but I'm an NFL fan. So even though it's only one team getting covered, I'm still interested. And I've gotten to know the people, or at least one of the people in that show. So I'm more interested in it because I kind of got to know that person a little bit. So um, I guess it would work both ways, but that's just how my thought process went into, okay, what exactly are we going to cover? And that's how I landed on the NFL. And originally it was supposed to be more sports, but I follow, well, JJ follows more sports than I do. Um, I follow just NFL basically. I don't follow any college. Um, I used to follow the Timberwolves pretty heavy, but I don't have a way of watching the Timberwolves, so it's really hard for me um, to kind of get the knowledge on what's going on with the Timberwolves. So I don't know. Maybe we'll figure something out in the near future to get a different sport into the show. Maybe JJ will just have his own little slot with just some brief news about other sports. Maybe who knows? Maybe we'll work something in there just to throw a few things in it. So um, yeah, together, and we had a cast with DJ and JJ. What are the odds? A bunch of J's in there. and then on to making the logo. This took me. Well, the one we have right here is up in the right hand corner and behind us too. That's not our original logo, actually. Um, the words High Hope Sportscast, that is the same, but before we didn't have that H, and the background was kind of a football field. So I wanted to tweak it. So I originally, or I went this route, and the original one, it took me a couple weeks kind of playing around with different logo maker apps and everything. And I remember before I asked JJ to be my co-host, I sent that to him, and he said, dude, that looked sweet. So, and then I'll talk a little bit more about the new logo here in a little bit. So looking back on what we had in the very beginning, we didn't really have much. Our first episode, it's a good, I want to say about an hour and a half just to work out the bugs and actually figure out a way to get recording and have the audio work. We weren't visual back then. We started out audio only. And it was just really frustrating, and it, the time it took us to figure out how to get it figured out took us longer than what the actual episode lasted. So, and we had no idea what we were doing, obviously, and also didn't have the best equipment. I think at least our first 3, maybe 4 episodes, we recorded through our phones via Skype, and we were using earbuds with mics on them. So, just the Apple earbuds that you used to get. You don't get them with the phones anymore, but you used to plug them in. They got a mic right on the cord. That's what we were using for the first 3, 4 episodes. And to be honest, it sounded pretty bad. A lot of fluctuation and a lot of glitching out. I had a heck of a time editing back then, especially in the beginning. There was times where we were talking for a good couple minutes. I had to cut it all out because you couldn't understand it. So there was a lot of stuff that we kind of missed that wasn't in the episode. And just flow of the show, it was rough, and that goes back to we were pretty nervous starting this. We've never, like I said, we've never done this before, so our nerves were very high. We were pretty excited, but when it came down to do our first episode, I know I was pretty nervous, and I think JJ texted me like right before we were to start, and he's like, "Dude, I'm a little nervous." I'm like, "Yeah, so am I, but we'll be fine. Let's get this going, So, and that goes, early struggles we faced, and as time went on, I bought a microphone, and JJ was still using his earbuds through his phone, but I was through my computer with my microphone. So it was slowly getting better. And then we were kind of steady there for a while. And I was kind of figuring out how to make it the best as I could at the time. And after about a month into the show, I'm talking with other podcasters and stuff, and I kind of made the decision to make some major changes. And I think JJ was kind of on the fence on that in the beginning, but I kind of reassured him that it was going to be okay. We're going to figure it out, just like we did in the beginning with the audio only. So after about a month into the show, we made some major changes, and that was to do this live stream. And not only did we go visual, in the live streaming website that we use, which is StreamYard, they have automatic mic, the I don't know what the word is for it, but to make it sound the best, it's kind of automatic settings, and so it instantly improved the quality of our show on the audio side too, and now you can see us as well. So, and we get to do cool visual aids and these little tickers at the bottom, banners. So it was a really big step up, and I say that we have learned a lot by doing it, and I think JJ has really come accustomed to doing it this way. Wouldn't you say?
Yeah, I really like the microphone and the headphones together combination versus just the clarity and the ease of use and the functionality, I think, is what we were getting at. Just the adjustments that the software makes, and also I think another thing is being able to see visually like what you're saying or I'm saying and how we can interact with each other through StreamYard. So it's pretty cool, DJ. I'm glad we took the next step. Like you said, I was kind of nervous at first, but once you get through that first couple episodes, it gets better and better. And I think that's been the game plan of our show or your show is to get better and better as we go. And you keep adding little things. So I'll let you get back to the timeline kind of High Hope Sportscast.
Yeah, I'm constantly, for a living, I drive. I'm a delivery driver, so most of you probably didn't know that, but so I have a lot of time to think. So I am constantly thinking about just little things that could improve the show. And a lot of times I think of something and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna jot this down because I know 10 minutes from now I'm gonna forget. So a lot of things I put in notes on my phone, and then once I get home or later on down the road, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna look into this. Maybe we can add this, or we can do this differently. So, or equipment. Uh, I've at least, I mean, I got a different mic, so I sold JJ my old mic for a pretty big discounted price.
Yeah.
So he's got a good microphone. I got a good microphone. Um, I even just bought a new computer with a faster processor and everything for the show, and I got a webcam now, so the quality of the video is better and everything. It's just the little things kind of slowly as we go. We're just improving, and we're gonna continue to look to improve the best we can so we can make the best quality show for you guys, the viewers and the listeners. So I think we've come a long way first episode, and this is our last episode of season 1, even though it's not a regular one. So this is what is it, episode 27, and then we had
Oh,
what was it, 3 bonus episodes, I believe, or is it 4?
I think it's actually closer to 4, isn't it, DJ? We had the award HHS awards show.
Yep, and then
We had the introducing ourselves.
Yeah, the short, like 8-10 minute podcast. And then we had the Pro Bowl voting.
Oh yeah. Was there one more?
There was Meet the Host. There was Meet the Host. There was the Pro Bowl voting, the award show, and maybe it is only 3. Yeah, maybe it is only 3.
Yeah, I think it is.
So, in all reality, with the bonus episodes, I guess we've done 30 episodes in season 1, and we started in the NFL week. I think it was what was it, week 12?
Yep.
I think so.
2 episodes a week for 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. That's 10 episodes right there.
Yeah, we were doing 2 episodes a week during the regular season, just because you had games Sunday and Monday, so then we would do a show on Tuesday, so that way we don't miss the Monday night game, and then we would do one Friday or Saturday after the Thursday night game, so that way we can kind of cover all the games and we don't miss any. So it kind of worked out kind of good. And then once we got I don't remember if it was right away in the playoffs that we went down to one episode a week. I think maybe it was closer to maybe the championship games that we went down to one episode a week. So, now, unless JJ, do you have anything to add before we get into the moments of season 1?
It's just been a fun journey, DJ, and I'm glad you invited me for the ride. And I really think that this might be our calling one day if we can just, I know not to brag on to our viewers or anything, but we had over 175 views on Periscope on our last episode, which I thought was phenomenal. And I got high hopes for this High Hope Sportscast. So
there you go. All right. Well, now we're going to kind of look back on some of the moments, some of them. Like I said, we had 30 episodes. So I only went through, some of the episodes and kind of cut out clips of certain episodes. So I'll just there's kind of short clips. I'll play them and then we'll kind of briefly talk about them afterwards. So this first one is from our very first episode. So you'll be able to kind of hear the quality of the sound and how different it is from what you hear right now. So here's the first one from our very first episode.
The Vikings find a way to lose once again late in the game. And one thing I didn't even notice during the game, I didn't see it until later that night. I believe it was a 4th down. We were going for it. Kirk Cousins lines up under the right guard instead of the center. So the Vikings had to take a timeout. Now, what in the world? How do you do that?
DJ, are you there?
Some difficulties there.
Oh no, I sent you a little chat message, but can you hear me now?
Yeah.
All right.
We must have had some difficulties there. Did you get to hear that clip?
Yeah, that was back in the brain dead Kirk lined up over the right guard. Was that in Arizona?
San Francisco.
Oh, 49ers, yeah.
Yep.
Jeez.
Yeah, that's our $35 million quarterback right there.
And we're so thrilled to have him back for 2 more years.
Oh, yeah.
Not quite.
You can hear the excitement in my voice. Yeah, so you can definitely hear the difference in quality. That was our very first episode we ever did, and then to what you hear now, it's completely different. and I kind of sense a little. I wasn't talking normal. It kind of sounded like I was talking under my breath almost. So that was probably, some of the nerves that we had going into that first episode. So this next clip, I don't think I'll ever forget this next clip. This is kind of, I don't know. I think about this clip a lot. So it's a pretty short one, but
I just want to let you know, DJ, I don't know any of the...
You play to win the game. As her...
hello! The famous Herman Edwards. Yeah, I was just going to let the fans and listeners know that, and viewers, I didn't know any of the clips DJ has selected, so we're all getting a first-hand knowledge of what DJ thought was interesting for the year. And so far, he's hit a home run. He's batting 2 for 2, batting 1,000. So keep it up, buddy. Yeah, that was what. Give me a little preface on that, DJ. What were we talking about exactly?
I don't even remember. When I went through these clips probably, I don't know, 3 weeks ago, and
Oh yeah,
I like I said, I'll never forget this clip, just because JJ's saying hello, playing to win the game. But I can't. I'm trying to think of.
my guess it's about the Vikings losing somehow.
I think actually, I think I'm pretty sure I remember what it was about. It was one we've talked about it a few times. It was one of the times where we were talking about how Clint Kubiak's play calling is just ridiculous and just running it one, and JJ is like, hello, you're playing to win the game, not just check the ball down. So I'm pretty sure that was a shout out to Clint Kubiak.
Yeah. Where did he end up? Los Angeles?
Carolina.
He's in Carolina?
No. That's where he was rumored to go. He went to Denver.
Oh, he's took over. Gary, his dad, was big in Denver.
Yep.
So I'm glad he's out of our hair.
You got that right.
We thought he was going to go to the clown show.
He would have fit in perfect there.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
All right. So that was on our third episode. The quality, I think it sounded a little better there. And that was only our third episode. So these next two are actually from both from episode 4. So the first one, it's kind of on the other side. It's not a clip. It's kind of a sad one. So
former Broncos wide receiver Demaryius Thomas. He was also a Super Bowl champion with them back when Peyton Manning was their quarterback. He was found dead last night in his home. It actually happened during the Vikings-Steelers game last night. He was 33 years old. And then I seen the family release a statement this morning, and they believe he died from a seizure. Man, that's just so sad. He was so young. And prayers go out to his friends and family, man. That's a hard thing.
It's a tough time to lose somebody, during the holiday season coming up. So, like you said, prayers up to the Thomas family and the friends. And
all right, that was definitely a sad day. Demaryius Thomas was one of the good receivers in Denver Broncos, and he was taken way too young.
Yeah, DJ, that just seemed to start a spur of bad news for the NFL, and then some of the guys that passed on during our run of this first season.
Yeah, so I it was one of the big stories this year, and I also wanted to throw it in there as kind of to honor Demaryius Thomas, and that he is missed and will be continued to be missed. So rest in peace, Demaryius. So this next one is also from episode 4. Later on in the episode, it's a shorter one. So here we go.
I want to say, oh my God, Kirk Cousins finally won a primetime game. That is crazy.
That
We all
quality's
know-
pretty good. That quality's pretty good, DJ.
Yeah, that was episode 4. So, we all know Kirk Cousins doesn't do good in primetime games, and that I believe that was the Steelers game that they
Yep.
won, and that was Thursday night, I think it was.
Thursday Night Football, yep.
Yep. He finally got that monkey off his back. For now.
Yeah.
All right, and then this next one, these next two are actually from episode 5. So here's the next one.
During the draft, they've shown Bill Belichick in his kitchen, and his dog is there all the time. So I think it's actually been a couple of years for
Yeah.
that.
It was
So-
man's best friend. So there you go. If you want to get a dog,
Yeah.
just take after Bill.
Yeah, maybe that's the secret to behind all the Patriots' success is that dog.
Yeah, you got.
Bill's dog, yeah.
I'm looking forward to seeing if Bill Belichick has dotted in this year, next month in the draft.
Gee, that's coming up quick, DJ.
Yeah, about a little over a month. End
Yeah,
of April.
yeah.
See if the dog can get Bill some luck this year. All right, and then this next one is episode 5 as well. And one following that is kind of it kind of follows the same category or topic. So here's the first one.
Do this kind of stuff, and they're treating their whole organization basically like crap. Why do you keep that guy around?
Oh, yeah.
Do you talking about that?
That's your favorite coach.
Do you even want to say his name?
No. We don't want to give no marketing to that guy. The kicker who kicks the kicker.
Yeah. Well, the next clip, I actually say his name, but
Oh.
so I'll just play the next one so that people know who we're talking about.
Kind of weird that after our last episode came out, then this happened. The Jacksonville Jaguars finally fired Urban Meyer. He had a
Hallelujah.
He had a long night on Wednesday night as he was fired at midnight on Thursday morning. It's about damn time. To say the least, his career in the NFL it's shot.
There you go. There's his name.
It's kind of like I called you DJ Damas in one of them episodes, and I kept saying that, or I come up with that because you kept saying things an episode before, and then the next episode in that 1 week or a couple days between episodes, that stuff would come true.
Yeah, I don't remember any other stuff though.
Oh, I think there's more if you think about it, DJ.
Yeah, I just can't think of it right now. I know there was one time where I said that I could see Mike Zimmer in black and silver next year as the head coach of the Raiders, but obviously that didn't happen. So I'm not that much of a DJ Damas because that didn't happen. They got Josh McDaniels.
Well, this was one major example because you said, why is this guy still around? And then we had a couple of other topics where you said they must be listening to the show because they're mentioning stuff that we were talking about in particular episodes. I thought it just some of that stuff's kind of cool, or maybe it's just ironic or just a fluke. I don't know, but it's neat to see the correlation there, like stuff with Justin Jefferson when he mentioned high hopes.
Oh yeah, I saw that and I'm like, oh my god, really? I had to send
Because
it
we
to you right
tweeted
away.
at him. You tweeted at him with the High Hope Sportscast account. So
Yep.
maybe he did read it and used it in one of his that media posts, whatever.
We got all those viewers on Twitter last week. Maybe he's telling people about it. And again, like JJ said before, Jefferson, if you are watching, reach out to us. We'd love to have you on the show. Come on.
We got plenty of room, Justin. Come on down.
All right, and this next clip is from episode 9, and that this one is also on the sad side as well. So here we go.
Oh, we got breaking news, DJ. NFL, as of 3 minutes ago, NFL legend John Madden dies unexpectedly at 85.
Oh no. That just gave me the chills.
That was crazy. Because that news literally there was breaking news literally right in the middle of our episode. So, we had to, obviously John Madden is a legend, and we had to stop the episode and talk about it a little bit to pay tribute to John Madden. And like I said, just a legend, and it was just a really sad deal, and may he rest in peace as well.
Yeah, DJ, that was he's an icon of the NFL, especially with the Madden brand NFL video game by EA Sports, and it was just sad that it's just kind of a monumental moment for High Hope Sportscast. One of the things. There's many of them, but that's one that I'll never forget. Breaking it live breaking it live on the show.
Technically, it wasn't live because we weren't live streaming yet.
We weren't.
But no, but it's still that would have been pretty monumental if it was when we were doing live streaming. If some people were watching us at that time, at that same exact time, pretty sure we caught it right at the beginning. So some of those people probably would have heard it literally first from us if we would have been live. But that was back when we were recording one day and then publishing it the next day. So people didn't hear it from us until the day after, unfortunately. But it definitely, I probably will never forget it, how that story, that breaking news broke while we were recording our show. It just kind of something that will probably stick with me for a while, especially anytime anyone even mentions John Madden. That probably is just gonna automatically click, and I'll think about how it broke on our show.
It's one good story that we can. I mean, it's not a good story that he died, but it's a good story about our podcast.
Yeah,
back when we were podcasting. Definitely. Yeah.
Well, we're still podcasting. We just, we also do live streaming. So the audio version, I mean, is from this is also, on audio only platforms as well. So if people want to only listen to it without the video, the podcast platforms, there you go, listen to it. So you got options on how you want to view or listen to High Hope Sportscast. So this next clip is from episode 11, and that's when we had a little surprise visitor on our show.
My daughter came in here.
Oh, geez, what's up?
She wants to make a special guest.
Oh, appearance.
Make a special guest.
What are you doing, Bristol?
What are you doing?
Can you say hi to JJ?
Hi.
Hi.
He can't. You can't hear him because he's on my headphones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hi, JJ.
Hi.
He said hi.
Hi.
That was awesome. I'm glad you put that in there.
Oh yeah, I had to. It's our only guest we've actually had on is my daughter, and that was just to barge in the room and hey, how's it going?
She was just checking to make sure you were okay down here.
Yeah, and that actually reminds me. I've actually been meaning to tell you this, but I just keep forgetting. But that reminds me. My wife, every time we record or stream, my wife says that every time that we do an episode, my daughter says, asks where I am, and my wife tells her, and right away she asks my wife, "Can I go down and say hi to JJ?"
That's awesome.
So she knows, she remembers. She
Got a
remembers
good
who you are,
memory.
even though she
Yeah.
All right. This next one, we got 2 more clips. This next one is from episode 12.
Remember back when we had Leslie Frazier? He was just so laid back all the time. He just didn't really have emotion ever at all. And then we get Mike Zimmer, and he's just so fiery. And now his fire has made its way to his seat.
Oh, I love that one, DJ. He's just so fiery, but his fire has made his way to his seat.
Yeah, that happened. He was on the hot seat, and he got taken out.
It burned up.
He got burned so bad that he's out of here. And if anyone out there doesn't know who we're talking about with Mike Zimmer, it's the former head coach of the Minnesota Vikings that just got fired back in January, I think it was. So if anyone's wondering who that was, that's who it was. So this the next one, which is the last clip I have, is from episode 15. And JJ actually mentioned this a little bit ago, so you kind of already know about it, but here's the clip.
We'll call you DJ Damas. Like Nostradamus, but DJ Damas.
This is fun, DJ. I like reminiscing back on the ride of our life with the High Hopes train, and listening to the things we come up with. It's just it brings a special feeling in my heart, and gives me the tingles all over, I guess.
Yeah, just kind of brings back memories from past episodes, and yeah, just the things that we come up with and we say along the way, and it's just we're having fun, and that's exactly what we do. This is basically I think of it as a hobby. We're not making money. We're not expecting to make money off of this. It's just something that we do for fun, and it's it is fun, and that's why we continue to do it, and just putting it together and having fun along the way with a good friend and some good old NFL talk.
Yeah, I think it'd be, it's one thing if you guys don't remember, listeners haven't, or first time hearing us, DJ and I met at a job previously. It was 2019, right, DJ?
Yes, I believe so.
Yeah, it was the fall of 2019, and I think we kind of talked about a lot about NFL because we always talked about fantasy football together. Hey, look,
speak
we
to the
got
devil.
a special visitor. Hello.
It's Bristol. First time on video. We were just talking about you. Can you say hi?
Hey.
Hi.
Hi.
You want to listen?
Yeah. Hi.
Hello. How are
Did you
you?
hear him?
I went for my toys. I went for a
Oh.
walk with.
You went
Auntie
for a
B
walk
and
with your mom?
Yeah, and Uncle Titi and Auntie B.
Oh, fun. Is it cold out?
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. You gonna go find mommy now?
I'm gonna talk to her a little bit.
We're
Hi, JJ.
Hello.
Can I talk to him?
You did.
Hi.
All right. Yeah, so the next thing is let me see here. Just some closing thoughts on the first season. If you have any, JJ, I know we kind of been telling our thoughts, throughout this episode. So I don't know if you have anything to add before we kind of wrap up our last episode.
I just think I know that me in my particular situation, I do like the Vikings still, no matter what happens. And I think as we get to progress to the second season, we're going to have a lot of more opportunity to share our thoughts and feelings with the NFL, and in particular the Vikings. And I kind of like that idea you threw out there, DJ, about maybe doing like a 1 or 2 minute clip on some other sports at the end or something. That sounds like a good idea too. But yeah, this has been fun. We get to know how wacky and wild the NFL can be on the field and off the field. We've talked about quite a few different topics off the field. Some are really sad, and we just can't understand these guys that have, they're high strung guys. But we're going to bring you accurate news. We're going to be following a lot of the draft, and from there on out, it's hype up until fall camp comes in late August. So I'm turning it back over to you, DJ.
Yeah, and I said earlier in the episode, I don't, I only follow really the NFL heavily, and I don't really follow college, any college sports for that matter, not really. But when it comes down to the draft, it kind of sucks, especially for our show now, not to really cover any of the draft because I don't really have any knowledge on these college players. I know sometimes, once, it gets close to the draft or getting towards the off season, I usually, we hear about these players that are might go high in the draft. So I kind of every year kind of do my research and kind of watch highlights of these players or just, kind of look them up. So if there's any NFL draft talk, that would have to be JJ's forte because I don't know much about it. So yeah, I don't really have any other closing thoughts other than it's definitely been a wild ride and a lot of ups and downs, and we've prevailed. We've gotten through it. We've figured it out, and we've definitely come a long way. And our show is definitely drastically improved. And this is where we are today, and we're just gonna keep trying to improve it and make it the best as we can. So before we completely wrap up the first season, I just kind of have something put together, and I want to give some shout outs, I guess you want to say. So the first one, I want to give a big shout out to JJ for being an awesome co-host and doing an amazing job right from the beginning, and deciding to jump into this journey with me, because it's definitely been a journey. So my first shout out goes to you, JJ, and thank you.
Yeah, DJ, I want to throw a shout out right back at you. You don't know how much this has meant to me. I don't think you ever will. It's just the coolest, awesomest thing that's happened since way back in when we started, and it's put me on a good track. And I also want to thank your wife. Give her a special shout out, because she has to let you do this and free up the time of your guys' life to put you on YouTube now, or on Periscope and on the camera, and helping you give ideas. And she created a really awesome shirt. My dad wears it around loud and proud. So those were the two shout outs that I wanted to mention. But yeah, thank you, DJ, and thank you to your wife too.
Bubba's upstairs, Dad.
Yeah, that's actually, that was my next shout out is to my wife, Taylor. I know there can be, times where it's not very convenient for us to do the show. And from it being, doing prep, setting up the broadcast here, I set it up and all the banners and everything, ahead of time before. So it's all set up when we go live. And also, from actually doing the episodes, sometimes it can be not very convenient. And but you've been completely supportive and gave your input and opinions and ideas, and helped out a lot behind the scenes. And you even came on an episode with me when JJ was not available. You're not a sports person, but you came and sat next to me for an episode, and watched me be nerve-wracked because I was basically talking to myself. But you did that even though you were nervous to do it. And so you're a part of the show just as much as we are. It's just more behind the scenes, and stuff that people don't know. So I kind of wanted to just put that out there. Just a shout out and thank you to my wife, Taylor. JJ kind of beat me to it, but I just kind of added to it. And then also all the awesome people I've met in the podcast community, on groups on Facebook that have helped with giving advice, especially one person in particular I'll shout out is Matt Staffiero. He is from the Rocky Mountain Sports Network. They have a few. There's my wife. Got that in there.
Hey Taylor.
So Matt Staffiero, he's from Rocky Mountain Sports Network. He helped me out a lot. He's actually the podcast I talked about earlier from Colorado, and they do a Denver Broncos podcast, and he helped me out a lot with the transition from us going from audio only to using StreamYard. And he kind of he's walked me through on how to use StreamYard, and kind of told me all about it. And I guess that kind of led me to deciding to do it, as him telling me about it, and he actually suggested it, and I was like, I don't know, it costs a little money, but I'm glad that he not really talked me into it, but just kind of suggested it, and I kind of wanted to dabble in it and then know more about it, and he was more willing to help and teach me, I guess. So I definitely want to say thank you to Matt Staffiero. So thanks, Matt, for helping us and helping our show. And then, of course, our listeners and viewers, we definitely want to say thank you to you guys. Thank you for checking us out. If you've only listened to one episode, or if you've been with us from the start, just by checking us out, listening, viewing us, if anyone's ever shared us, or word of mouth, anything. So thank you to you guys, and we hope you all continue to sit with us, and we hope that you enjoyed our first season, and I hope that you will join us in our next season, in season 2, which will start next week. So not sure on the day, but yeah, it will be next week. So like I said, thank you. And I don't know if JJ has any more shout out I got for shout outs and thank yous. So I don't know. I know JJ, you did some shout outs in the beginning, so I don't know if you want to add any more, or anyone else you want to think of or thank you. Or...
Well, I do want to extend a thank to Matt Staffiero, because it sounds like behind the scenes he's worked well with you, and you guys have gotten to talk, and just putting us on the right track to advance the technology to make this thing go smoothly, excitingly, and look for more technological advances to come as we learn more, or DJ learns more about StreamYard. And I think, as far as I know, DJ, that's all I got to say about that. I had a fun first season, and I am really, spoiler alert, stay tuned next week to the intro. He's got a big surprise for me, he says. So let's get on board for season 2. Have a good night, everybody.
Yeah, like you said, there's just little small changes, but nothing big. Like our logo isn't changing, our logo is staying the same. So just little things in the broadcast that will be a little different for season 2, just kind of visual side. So yeah, that does a wrap on our first season, JJ. And like you said, I'm very excited for season 2 to start next week already. So and like I said, I think the last episode, season 1 ending now, it kind of makes sense, because we cover the NFL, and I believe the new NFL league year started today. I think the 16th, if I'm not mistaken.
You're correct, DJ. The tampering period started Monday, and everything becomes official today. So if we can continue this path for season to season, and I hope it goes a long time, DJ, I'm really praying that everything keeps going. So yeah, let's have fun. And like I said, we're trying. I think DJ does a real good job at it too. It's just trying to show you guys we can have fun at sharing anything and everything about the NFL to any type of viewer, from beginner to expert.
Yep.
But just give us a like, follow us, share us around. Things are really picking up. So
yeah, it's definitely we're going in the right direction here. So yeah, like I said, we'll see you in season 2. Starts next week, and make sure to follow, like, and subscribe to our social media pages, and that link is in the description here, and our YouTube channel. Go check us out on YouTube. All of our episodes, our live streams are on there, so you can go back and watch past ones if you want. And if you didn't catch this whole thing, you can watch it on there, or Facebook, or Twitter. So, yeah, just go click that link, and all of our platforms, all of our podcast platforms are on there. So it's all there for you. And yeah, that's it, man. That's a wrap on season 1, man. So
All right, great
till
job,
next
DJ.
week. Yeah, good job to you, and again, thank you for the awesome work and dedication to the show in the first season. So the next time you will see us, it will be season 2 of High Hope Sportscast. So with that being said, I'm DJ, and that's JJ, and we'll see you next time. See ya.
Peace.